The Cobble Classics begin this week with Omloop het Nieuwsblad and Kuurne-Brussel-Kuurne, giving riders the first chance to test their legs on the formidable pavé. Both races were weather affected last year, with Kuurne being cancelled for the third time in its history due to snow. Traditionally they're open to both sprinters and classics riders. You need to be tough to make it to the finish. Cycling News takes you through the top 10 riders to watch at the opening weekend of the classics. Luca Paolini won last year's Omloop het Nieuwsblad in what was a very good year for the Italian. He'll be a watched man this year, but that won't prevent him from giving it a go in either race. The Katusha rider is known for being one of the tough men of the peloton and will fare better than most if the weather takes a turn for the worst again. Paolini will be looking for a good result here to set him up for the rest of the classics. Andre Greipel has won more races than anyone else this season, thanks to strong performances at the Tour Down Under and the Tour of Oman. Greipel finished third in a bunch sprint at the 2011 edition of Kuurne-Brussel-Kuurne, his best result to date. Both races are notoriously difficult to control, but his Lotto Belisol team look like they're getting into their stride. If the race is to come down to a sprint finish, then it'll be hard to beat. Since switching to the road, Zdenek Stybar is continually impressed. The Czech rider took a surprise victory at the Cyclocross World Championships this season, but his real targets are the Spring Classics. His eyes will be on Paris-Roubaix, but this will be his first chance to test himself on the cobbles. Stybar's good bike handling skills are well suited to this type of terrain. Provided he keeps a safe distance from any fans with cameras, Stybar could be in with a good chance of victory if he makes it to the break. Sep Vanmarcke won the 2012 edition of Omloop het Nieuwsblad, but he would be best remembered for coming agonisingly close to beating Fabian Cancellara at last year's Paris-Roubaix. He's already shown that he has the talent to do it again, and I doubt he'll try something this weekend. Vanmarcke has been relatively quiet so far this season, but he'll be looking to start his Classics campaign with a bang as he hopes to improve on his successes of last year. The last two seasons have been tough going for Thor Hushovd, with illness preventing him from a consistent race programme. 2013 was a bit of a transition year, but he returned to winning ways at the end of the season. He will hope that his Classics campaign can go just as well. Hushovd can draw from past performances this weekend. The Norwegian rider won Omloop in 2009 from a bunch gallop. Hushovd is also a dab hand at making it into the break and staying away. After a tough 2013, it looks like the old Tom Boonen might be back with us, with some good performances at the Tour of Qatar. His key targets are still a little down the road, but a good performance here will be yet another warning shot to Fabian Cancellara and Peter Sagan that he means business this spring. Boonen is a two-time winner at Kuurne, but it is some time since his last one in 2009. He may choose to play it safe this weekend, but he is in the form to add another victory to his palmares. Coming off the back of a solid Classics campaign in 2013, Alexander Kristoff will be keen to improve this season. He finished a reputable 9th in the last edition of Kuurne in 2012, but he'll want much more this time around. Kristoff finally broke a run of bad luck that saw him miss a number of sprint opportunities to take a convincing victory at the Tour of Oman. There will be faster sprinters present at the race, but Kristoff is canny and could cause an upset. Sky has not had much luck at the Classics, but one weekend they've enjoyed some successes this one. Former winner Chris Sutton will be on the start line, but Edvald Hagen is likely to be their nominated sprinter for Kuurne. With most of his time spent working for his teammates, this will be a rare opportunity to try for his own glory. While teammate Geraint Thomas is likely to shine at Omloop, Hagen is a more than capable backup plan. Since winning the Under-23 title at the World Championships in 2011, Arnaud Démare has continued to grow as a rider and has notched up a string of top results. He finished 4th at the 2012 edition of Kuurne, but has yet to make a huge impression on the Classics. Démare concluded the Tour of Qatar with an impressive victory from a chaotic finish. If he were to win at Kuurne, he would be the first Frenchman to do so since 1995 and only the second to win in the race's history. Gerald Ciolek revived his career after several seasons in the wilderness with his victory at Milan-San Remo last year. That win will no doubt make him a marked man more than ever this year, but it also showed that he can still mix it at the top level. Ciolek is not a pure sprinter and would have to rid the pack of the likes of Andre Greipel if he hoped to take the win. But he's a strong contender for the podium, even if the gorilla can hang on to the bunch.